Hi everyone, back from vacation. I hope everybody's fine. It's a real mucky day today, very heavy and humid. So take your patience and spread it to everybody because tomorrow will be cooler and the weekend shall be nicer. So this density of air is very felt in the energy around us and within us also. So I could tell you that in the invisible world, it's affecting a lot of the spirits that are lost, that are traveling with no port to go to, that are confused, that are not unaware that they are dead, and some of them that are just mischievous and want to continue living through our bodies, our minds. So this dampness is affecting the invisible, so you can imagine how it's affecting the visible.
No, it skipped. You're not live anymore. Hold on. Go live. Okay, you're back.
Sorry, there was a little mishap. So all this dampness is affecting the invisible, as I was saying. So you can imagine what it's doing to the visible, to the touchable. Everybody's sweaty, everybody's perspiring, everybody's at their ends, not sleeping properly, tired of the high electric bills for those who have AC. It's affecting us in many ways. So all the toxins are like just in our aura, and we need to release all this. And the best way to do that is to ground ourselves and to go in an adaptation mode, which is very hard for people that are used to their security of their routine, or people that are control freaks, or people that need to be always in a certain frame of law and order. It's hard to be versatile and to adapt oneself to the energy within ourselves and around us. So I think the best thing to do is when you take a shower or a bath, if you take a shower, just imagine that the water dripping over you is cleansing, purifying you, and that all the toxins are going down the drain to be recycled by Mother Nature. When you soap yourself, remove everything that's really bothering you. And for those who take a bath, put some Epsom salt or some sea salt, so that will also cleanse you and bring you an inner calmness. And when you empty your bathtub, let the water be recycled by Mother Earth. Please remember to be grateful for Mother Earth's recycling methods. You can also take a walk and realize that the plants need water, the trees need water. We're not the only ones that are affected by all this heat and dampness. And those who have too much water are molding, and we have signs everywhere that there's a bit of an unbalance. So again, versatility will help. I'm going to talk to you about a few stones that will help you to attain this versatility or adaptability with grace, with self-respect, and especially with ease. We're not going to pressure anybody or anyone, especially not ourselves, in changing, because we're already like a huge presto that's about to explode. So we're not going to nourish this aggressivity or this impatience or intolerance that is among so many of us these days. So the first stone I'll talk to you about is amethyst. It's a stone that works with the crown chakra, and by its color it represents spirituality. This stone calms the brain. Anything that is in your head will be calmed by amethyst. So it's a stone that will have your hamster run half the speed that it usually does. It's a stone that will calm headaches, reduce pressure. It's a very calming stone, and it's a stone that is crown related, so therefore it also works with your grounding aspect. And to be in the moment, you need to be grounded. To be fully confident, you need to be grounded. So this stone is really a plus for Adaptation, because it helps you clear your mind, let go of certain beliefs, of certain tensions that exist within your mind. Because you know, the ego lodges itself in the mind, and it's happy when we're distraught like this, because it takes our weaknesses and empowers itself with these weaknesses and controls us. So no, you have a right to be impatient and intolerant. It's so friggin' hot, and I'm tired of this weather, and this and that. This is what the ego manifests within us, and it nourishes itself from that and says, wow, they're not in their heart. They're not in the fact that saying, well, it's a transition on the planet, and eventually, you know, the province of Quebec will always have long summers and less winters, and the ecosystem is shifting. Instead of taking things positively and acting with the flow of the changes, you become aggressive and you fight and you confront the changes, and that only causes a drainage of energy that is immense. And with no energy, what happens? You become depressed, you become less confident, less motivated, and amethyst is an antidepressant. So this is why I suggest amethyst. I also suggest that you use...
Just a second, I just want to show the beautiful amethyst table that we have. It's really, really nice. You just need to put a glass over it. We have this one. It has a bit of calcite in it. And we also have this one. We're using it right now to put incense and candles, but it's to put a glass over it. So it's just a little side note to the different kinds of amethyst that we have. This is black amethyst?
Yes, smoky black amethyst.
So just a little side note. Okay.
So I'm going to talk to you about also cyanite. It comes in blue, green, black, orange. Cyanite is what we call the metaphysical stone. It helps us understand why things happen. You know, your ankle hurts, you're afraid to go forward. It attracts the mental aspect of the human nature to understand why things happen to us. You know, when we give an explanation to a certain movement or attitude, it's easy for us to accept. So if we're going through a headache and somebody says, well, it's because you're eliminating toxins, your headache will diminish because there's a reason for it and you'll accept it. But if you don't know why you have a headache and people are saying, oh, maybe you have a tumor, maybe you have this, maybe you have that, then it causes chaos and the headache intensifies. So cyanide helps us see clearly and identify I will say the form, the physical form with the mental aspect of what we all believe. I'm not finished, honey. And then there's also labradorite. Labradorite is a Canadian stone. It comes from Labrador. It's a stone that reflects all kinds of colors. The more blue in it, the more expensive. But labradorite is called a shield of protection. So it opens the intuition, the third eye, and it grounds you. So this will bring a fluidity through your body, and it will also shield you from part of your ego being stimulated by outside stimuli. So it's a very good stone to use at this time because it's very...
trying to show the little blue effect with...
I think this one here has a lot of blue. No, I don't know. They're all different colors.
You guys have to see this live. This is not giving it justice.
Here, this one has blue.
Move the stone slowly. I don't know if you guys can see it well. They're beautiful, beautiful stones.
So these are very, very, oops, I dropped a press anyway. These are very potent stones to help you be in peace with who you are. And when I say who you are, I mean who you are in your soul. Okay? And down below we have vanadite, which is a stone that will bring you an inner calmness, a state of inner meditation to relate to what is important right now. You know, is it important for me to be here or to worry about what will tomorrow's weather be? Is it important for me to solve this situation or to execute this job right now? Or should I take the time to think about what I'm going to make for supper? If this stone helps you be in line with what you need to do to advance in your evolution in all dimensions, whether it be your spiritual dimension, your physical or emotional, mental dimensions. It helps you to be more aware of what's important or not. And of course, you know, school has started, traffic has doubled, so people are very, very in an awkward situation, and the energy doesn't help right now. There's a lot of aggressiveness, a lot of questions. The kids are throwing tantrums. They don't want to go to bed earlier. They don't like their lunches. You have to get up early. You're panicking. You're forgetting things. You get home, you're tired. Homework. It's a period of transition, of adaptation from leisurely summer to, I will say, disciplined September. The fall asks for us to fall into a certain discipline to be able to come November to realize everything that we've accomplished during the year, to be able to focus on a period of winter where we will relax, sleep, and prepare for the new year. So it's like the season of fall. The leaves change, our skin changes. A lot of us have drier skin. Snakes lose their skin often. It's a time of transition. And as for gardening and flowers, a lot of them go to sleep for the winter, for the fall. A lot of trees lose all their fruit and their leaves, and we close the pools. Everything is like, oh, we're becoming more interior. Yes, it's a time of reaping what we've sowed, but what we've sowed, what we reap is, how would I say this? If you look at all the fall vegetables, they're all root vegetables. They're things that ground us, that help us to be solid, to be able to see ourselves for what we are when it comes the end of the fall and we go into winter. Excuse me. It's very important to take this time to adapt yourself to this change, because you will see your life, your last year, with positivity instead of negativity. And you will see a great strength you have within yourself to adapt to so many different situations, whether they be exterior or interior, whether they be physical, like the climate, or whether they be emotional, like having a newborn, getting married, losing a loved one. You'll see how strong and empowered we can all be within ourselves. And as I've mentioned before, if you go to your second chakra area, which is just below the belly button all the way to your pubis, for men and women, the feminine, sacred, divine energy lays there, and that what helps us to fuel our energy in an uplifting, positive note. So I hope that these stones have helped you a little bit, and that you understand that that feeling you have sometimes of being, why am I so aggressive or impatient or intolerant, is not always something that is instigated by your ego or by your emotional state. It's sometimes stimulated by the outside, like the climate, like the heat, the dampness. And everybody has a comfort zone, and we adapt easily to that. But when we change that zone, it becomes somewhat of a challenge. So instead of seeing it as a challenge, why don't we see it as an opportunity to learn something new? So yes, now we're going into the chaos and the the frenzy of school and going back to work and fall and autumn and all these things. But why not see it as an opportunity to change? So your kids will be learning new things. You will be refreshing what you already know. It gives you time to have one-on-one with your child to show them that they can count on you. It's a beautiful time. It's a beautiful season. There's a reason why a lot of pumpkins, apples, pears, peaches at this time, they're all fruits that have pits. Again, the pits are grounded to the world, to the ground. From these pits grows again these fruits. It's how would I say, auto self-sufficient. So a tree, by its apple that falls, by its pits will grow another tree. So it shows us that us, as human beings, we can have children and give birth, and the cycle continues, but we can grow in our energy world, in our invisibility, to higher ourselves, to be more in our heart, more in the love of oneself, and in the respect of oneself. The fall is a time to become a better person, to realize that life is greater than us, and that we are a small grain, but an important grain. So this is what I had to say for you today. I wish you a beautiful week. I'll see you next Wednesday. Enjoy your weekend. It's going to be a little bit cooler. It'll be nice. We're going more to our usual temperatures, so it will be better for a lot of people, especially young children and older people who have less tolerance than us. So be patient, be lovable with yourselves, and enjoy your week. Bye bye.